Wait, not ready. Hello. Welcome back to D&D after a very, 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 very long time. Like 3 weeks. It's fine. Last we left off, get straight back into
way back many centuries ago.
Yeah. Last we left off, you guys were in a tower trying to save Mazzy's girlfriend from
sister.
Oramis's girlfriend. Oramis's girlfriend. That's what I got.
No.
Because I just read the chat from that.
Mazzy's sister, Luke's Oramis's girlfriend, Gylndan's side piece, and Doc. What would you like her to be? Are you her footstool? Oh, there's so much shade being turned around. Sorry.
Doc's patient.
Yeah, probably.
But yes, you were tracking these orbs that were going around Earth, sort of scattered from Tiamat's tower, and this one led you to Hawksmoor. On your way, you sort of saw Mazzy's family, who told you that his sister was missing. You went looking after her, and you found this place. You are led to this Rocksmith Watchtower, a place that was very, very long time ago infested with the rot. It has seemingly now been taken over by these dark elves, these strange dark elves who have been plaguing the area, stealing people, kidnapping people, assaulting them, hurting them, stuff like that.
Oh, no.
You were met with a lot of hostility from some dark elves outside. They attacked you. You made your way inside. You fended off against most of them, but one dark elf wizard managed to get away. And so you chased her down into this dungeon.
Forgot about that lady with the fat sacks.
Yes, in this dungeon you found Mazzy's sister, this woman over here, Trisha.
Trisha.
And Doc also recognized a woman over on the other side of the room.
He hasn't said anything about that one.
Well, he hasn't said anything about that one, exactly.
I don't think anyone said anything, to be fair.
That's true. Combat was initiated.
There's a giant bug on the wall.
Pretty much. Combat was initiated. You took down one of the Drow, sort of slightly more elite swordsmen, and then realised there is this large half-woman, half-spider thing up on the wall, and she was crazy. She was like whispering to herself, pulling her own hair out, being absolutely terrifyingly maniacal. And we come back into the combat. Batters.
Sorry?
Can you remind us what the initiative order?
Initiative order.
It's ugly,
So,
JJ.
the initiative order
Like
was
what you spread on your sandwich.
Butters.
Butters.
Right, that's
It's a young person talk for ugly.
Ah, I see.
A girl is a butters.
Yeah.
I see.
Yes, so
We're
so the
at the start of a new
initiative
turn.
order, we are indeed, but at the start of this new turn, Mazzy and Gylndan both make me a perception check.
Oh, that's another
I
bug.
don't want to.
That's another bug.
As you are sort of closest to the door, I feel like you guys are probably here.
Down the corridor.
Oh, get in.
Get out.
Yeah, so Mazzy, you're sort of you're too
revolving
focused.
door,
If
JJ.
you remember, you were in a bit of a sort of archery battle with this
was
spider
indeed.
lady. She seemed very, very adept with her bow, but you were also sort of given a little bit back.
That's a bow?
But, she does
Yes,
have a bow.
bit.
She was shooting all of you a lot with it.
Yeah.
It's right there in the picture.
What
Right
did
there.
you think she was doing? Just sitting on the wall, not doing anything?
Honestly, it's been so long.
That's fair.
It has been like a month, to be fair. So yeah, Mazzy, you're sort of so focused on this, but Gylndan, you do, through your sort of concentration of spells and everything, you can hear footsteps coming from the corridor. These footsteps seem to be almost like heels.
One we came down.
The one you came down, yeah, from where you just were. they do seem to be like heels sort of moving quite quickly towards your direction. She rolled, or whoever it was, rolled very, very poorly in stealth. So we start off actually with
don't wear
Gylndan.
heels.
We start off actually with Gylndan. It's your turn.
Ben, do you remember? I've got a clock on me. I think that's for Wall of Fire.
I think it is too.
I don't know what the other symbol is.
I don't know either.
Let me see my notes saying it.
I think it's poisoned.
There's a symbol on the spider lady as well.
Yes, that is your hunter's mark.
Oh, that's me. It was not my hunter's mark on me.
No, but I'm just to sort of remind you when we eventually came back who your hunter's mark was on, because there was multiple people in.
Yeah, cool.
But you should also have it.
Do you think it's poison?
Pardon?
Do you think it's poison?
I think that's the only thing I can think of, unless your Wall of Fire doesn't require concentration, and that was meant to be fire, and you're concentrating on something else.
Part of 2 concentrations.
Exactly. So, I am assuming...
I don't remember getting poisoned, but it's entirely possible that I've forgotten that happened. So
I think we'll say, because I don't actually remember you getting poisoned either, so we'll say you're not poisoned.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. We'll have to go back through the... I'll go back through the thing at some point and figure out what it was. But yes, it is the start of your turn.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Right, I think I would assume that whatever is coming downstairs probably isn't that friendly to us. It's just what to do about it. I'm going to move 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. Where's Luke? Oh, Luke pushed down to the bottom.
He did. Luke was opening a load of the...
Spider.
Actually, Luke was opening the doors. If you look behind you, you can see that the door for Trisha's thing is now open.
Okay.
And she will have a role in combat.
5, 10. Right, can I get to here?
Yeah.
And I'll just say Trisha?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think that sounds... Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad plan.
And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to level 2 magic missile Spidey bitch.
Spidey bitch. Roll magic missile, sir.
Ching ching.
Spider bitch. Spider
Whatever a spider bitch does. Can you bitch from the bed?
9, 11, 13.
13 damage. Nicely done. Yeah, these 3 sort of motes of light, as you see, sort of smash into around both Doc and Markle's sacred weapons, sort of smashing into her, and she lets out this howl, this sort of very maddening, extremely high-pitched sort of screech, this strange howl as she's sort of looking down. She is about 10 feet up, if you remember, so keep that in mind. Next up, went off the page for some stupid ass reason.
Did you have a name for those creatures, Ben?
I do have a name for them. You don't know it.
Okay, that's fair. It was more for my notes, so I don't have to keep writing Spider Lady.
Fair enough. Oramis. Your turn.
Letting this dude out.
Letting this dude out. Roll. Yeah, you need to roll for lock picking, as it were.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been a while. I cannot remember. Thieves' Tools.
Thieves' Tools. Yep. You walk up to this thing. You very, very easily. That's your action to pick the lock. And as you open the door, you can see inside this guy. He's really badly bruised. These drow have not let up with a lot of the sort of torture and stuff like that they've done on this guy. It seems that his right leg has just been like stabbed and sliced like so many times, but like only his right leg, it seems, just been mauled to absolute hell. But he is grateful for getting you out, and he is awake somewhat. Anything else on your turn?
Can I do nothing else, actually? Oh, hang on a sec. Nothing else, yeah. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Oh, no, correction. Moving over here.
How are you getting there?
I'm walking.
On sunshine?
What? I mean, I know you can make the distance because you haven't actually moved. Basically, what I'm asking is, are you walking through this grey area?
Well, Ben, I want to say yes, because that's what I did. But you asking me makes me really want to say no. But I'm going with yes, I just walked straight across it.
You walked straight across it?
Yeah.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Ah.
Look, I don't want to say what little we've seen of this thing. This is quite an important role for you. But I think it is.
Say con save.
A con save.
Okay. Oh no! Oh no!
Okay. As you sort of sprint past, you turn around, like remembering you're pretty afraid of spiders and insects and stuff. So you're not even thinking in your in your mind. You just sort of dash forward. You try and almost maneuver yourself somewhat around these leaves, but they just sort of brush against you. You know you're in this sort of blind panic. One of them sort of brushes sort of past your cheek across your hand as you're running across. And yeah, that's it.
It's not it. It's not.
Doc.
It's just going to be a straight up whack in on this one boy between me and
Straight up. Yep, you get advantage obviously. 24 definitely hits. Roll the damage, so.
Then I remember what it is.
What is it?
It's a torch. Because it's dark.
Oh, yes. Of course. Torch.
So that's one-handed.
One-handed, but you get extras.
Yes, if he's
So that, don't you?
then I will also divine strike him for 2.
Divine strike for 2. Yeah, so you sort of, this guy is sort of between the both of you, hisses, he hisses, he sort of is looking at you with this quite nicely made sort of elven sword, and sort of as Markul almost like flinches to get ready, he looks one way and you just sort of smack him straight around the jaw, this sort of divine sort of burst, if only a little bit cracked, and you can just, everyone can audibly hear throughout the room just this crack of his jaw breaking, and he just sort of spins on the spot, falls to the floor, and he is kaput.
Well done, Doc.
Good job, Doc.
That was a loud jaw break.
KO. Nicely done. Now,
And then I'm going to hit the spider lady.
you're going to hit the spider lady with your spiritual weapon. That definitely hits. Roll damage.
Oh, that shouldn't have been with advantage. Sorry.
Still hits, though, didn't it? Surely.
Oh, 17 doesn't hit.
Oh, what?
As this, as your sacred weapon.
Reroll that normally, so then I'm not technically rolling with disadvantage, or?
Well, that would be the normal roll anyway, in my eyes, because obviously the way everyone else rolls it, they get like 2 rolls. I'm happy for you to re-roll it if you want to re-roll it, but.
Nah, that's cool.
Oh, I was gonna say, of course he wants to re-roll it.
Yes, this sort of shining mote just swings around. Unfortunately, not quite able to get it out. She almost bats it away with the end of a bow. And now it is Mrs. rather, Dryder's turn, and what
Mrs.
can she actually do?
Spider.
This is nothing.
The spider.
Yes, DR Spider. She's going to move down 10 feet, so she ends up here. And then she will... Get there, 5, 10, 15... No, wait, no, that's 10 feet. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. She actually can make it.
Oh,
just to there.
Abby, from
people
memory,
right in front of you, a lot closer. She goes to me.
You were absolutely pounding her
There's a trick.
a couple of sessions ago.
You were. And so she's...
And also firing arrows at her.
Oh, shit, 1 second. Someone needs to be led. Someone needs to be led into the house. 1 second. I'll be 2 seconds.
What is house?
Oh, the anticipation of how much I'm going to get
Mazzy
hit now.
rolls a 17 to hit you. It does
No.
24 damage.
How much health have I got?
I don't know.
You should have all of the health.
Nah, I'm 52.
Oh, that's low for
I
you.
mean, it's high, but it's my highest. I start on 75.
Higher than my HP.
It's higher than Gylndan's max, I'm sure.
I'd kill for 52 HP.
You're gonna have to.
Do they not have gyms in this place?
I'll just while I'm thinking about if they have gyms here, I'll just remember who was the first to go down in our little melee. You know, who was the first to die like a little bitch.
You know, a little PvP.
Yeah.
I do not recall this. What you're talking about. Next
I'd
question,
say
please.
if our characters ever meet up again, I like to think that Oramis will just sort of glance at Giri and just go like, oh.
So will mittens as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. And then I did get Balsanor as well, but that's not as traumatic as what happened to Balsanor for the rest of the round. Just kept getting hit by a cleric.
You're a bit slapped in the face by a
Can't
cape.
get away from the damn cape.
Every time he got healed, he'd be up. He'd be like, "I'm alive!" Douche.
There's nothing I could do. Oh.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Right.
You're never gonna kick me.
Yeah.
Right, sorry about that. Dempsey had to come back from work real quick to grab something.
Did he
You're
not
letting
bring his
him
keys?
into his own house, yeah.
Well, because obviously he doesn't have a spare set of keys, and I need a set of keys to get into the house because he was at work when I got here. That has
You
been
should get
part
spare
of
set
the...
keys.
He does, his parents have them, and they're out for the weekend.
So, do
it's-
his parents not have their own set of keys? Do they not just have
No.
like
Apparently not.
they not just have a free key that is the spare key?
No, apparently not.
You
Anyway,
could put it in a convenient
Drider
place.
attacking Mazzy.
I already rolled it, Ben. There was a 17 to hit and it did 24 damage.
I don't like it.
See.
Reroll
that's-
is a fact you could miss, so reroll.
JJ, you're missing a couple of D6s from that roll.
Oh,
5d8, so I brought it to compensate.
Fair enough. I'm joking. So, you sort of see her move down this very, very creepy spider lady. Obviously, like, she's quite large. Now that she's sort of at your size, she's a good, like, sort of 8 to 10 feet tall with a sort of spider body. And even, like, for a woman, her sort of woman half is pretty, like, tall and gaunt in and of itself. Her hair very sort of shaggy and half sort of out. And as she moves towards you, she almost like laughs in this very, very maniacal sense as she puts away her bow and from the quiver pulls out this extremely elegant sword. Now, Gylndan, were you to look over, you'd recognise, so if you remember, you looked at the sort of studs of some of their armour,
Yes.
and you realised it was in a very different type of metal, with almost very, very faint, purplish, cool oil spill look.
Oh, Mazzy,
and as
you're fucked.
And as she pulls out this blade, she's going to go for a couple of swings. So that is 14 plus that's 23.
Yeah,
Assuming
misses.
hits. See, in my mind for a minute there, I went, "Oh, okay, cool."
You're going to be wishing it was only like 24 damage in a minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's the first attack is 5 damage. Nothing much.
Hey,
Warm up.
pussyo. That's rubbish.
The second attack,
1,000.
that's 25 to hit.
What?
Okay, back
6.
up, everyone.
6 damage.
Oh, so she's very accurate, but just not got anything to pick out.
Yeah, she's rolled a 1 and a 2 on both of her damage rolls.
Poking holes
So you
in
can
it.
see,
Yeah.
yeah, she comes down, and with this blade is almost like so extremely sort of wild in her swings that though some of them hit, they're only sort of small nicks,
I mean,
but they're almost just enough
To
for
be
a
fair,
third attack.
she's
She's 3?
she's stood on a fifth of your health
Mm.
in one turn.
Or that's 17.
Yeah, it hits.
So as she sort of comes down with these 2 very wild swings, you almost, to try and defend, leave an opening just around your neck here. And as she sees this,
Why would I do that?
she lunges down with her face, and as she opens her jaws, these 2 fangs
Right.
come out, and she deals a little bit of damage. So the damage from the actual bite is only 4. But then, nope, that's the wrong set of dice.
She stood on 15 damage. It was a poor round for her.
4,
Didn't even
5.
know, and that's half my HP.
That's a lot. Just under half, I'll have you know. Actually,
and then 12 poison damage.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, she's not nice. You are also considered grappled as she is literally
Oh, fuck
biting your neck.
It's alright, Mazzy.
Essentially, all that means is your speed is 0, and you have disadvantage on nothing. Actually, grappling is really crap in D&D.
So I just can't run away, that's all it means.
It's
Yes,
not, it's not crap if you keep getting flanked.
yeah,
Is it?
that's true. What are the sort of
That was tough to watch, man.
Yeah, if she does that again, I'm definitely dead.
Yeah,
So
let's look
I
up
need.
sort
You
of-
better take. We all better take her down this round. Otherwise, I'm out.
Up in here. So's JJ. Don't know
Well, I
what
think that all of us, because there's no one else to attack now. If we all.
In order to get out of the grapple, you can spend your action on your turn to try and make a contested athletics check. Or if someone were to move you by force, like through something like the sort of Thunderwave spell, or pushing someone like Gylndan's staff, sort of pushing her away, that also ends the grapple.
But can I still
JJ.
use an attack?
You can still use an attack, yeah.
Cool.
So if you
I
think
won't
sort of
use
she's
your way
like bitten onto your neck, but you could still theoretically try and push up your sword or something against her. Markul. It is Markul's turn. He has seen your feat of martial prowess, Doc. He sort of looks over and gives you a brief nod before turning and hearing the sort of howls of this crazy spider woman and the sort of painful howl of Mazzy. So he's going to move this 5, 10, 15, 20 to have advantage. Rolls to hit. 5 plus, I mean that's not going to hit anyway. No, but it has advantage. Aha! 19. That hits even without any modifiers. And the damage for this thing is something I know. 1d8 plus spellcaster modifier. Perfect. So that's 3 plus 3. That's 6 damage. And he will run. Doc, how you looking?
Absolutely fine.
Absolutely fine. Okay.
I healed.
Then-
I think I healed everyone up pretty much to full before we started this fight, and this fight has been bad for only Mazzy.
That is fair.
Only
Yes.
Mazzy and Markul, actually. Markul's taken a little bit himself.
Ooh, I think in that case he will run over and try and do a bit of damage. 5, 10, 15. He can't end his turn there. But I'll say he moves, and then he can't move that. So actually, he's gonna have to go there, I'm afraid, for the time being, and give her a whack. 13 plus 7, that's unnatural 20, that hits. D8, that's terrible, Markul. What are you doing? That's a 2 plus 3, that's 5 damage. Markul had a bit of a...
Markul's brave.
He has a bit of a productive
Yeah.
round, and he's definitely a little bit brave. And as you sort of get off of him, you bloody smacks her with this flail, swinging around, sort of smacking them.
Oh no. Oh, I'm frozen.
He's
What do you mean he's Welsh? He's from
As you can feel as she gets hit, just that like tiny fraction.
Is he?
No, he's from Carty, isn't he?
Oh, Markul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Markul?
No, Markul is from Hawksmoor. Well, the
Is
Hawksmoor
he?
Mountains, from the Dust Peak Mountain. I just thought with a red dragonborn who wears red, I thought it'd be funny to give him a Welsh accent, if I'm honest. Mazzy, it is now your go.
Right. I'm gonna, still with my bow out, fire an arrow at her face.
That will be with disadvantage.
Fine.
I mean, she's
Quite
literally.
severe disadvantage. I don't even know how you would get an arrow like.
Oh, okay. I'll fire it at her. Just.
I mean, I
Just
guess
trying
you
to
like
get
put
it.
one arm out and you just do that.
What's
I mean, yeah.
I don't want to tell you how to live your life, Matt. But
Yeah.
what's wrong with the sword?
You'll find out. You'll find out.
Oh.
Oh.
So yeah, I'll roll 2.
With
That was
disadvantage.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, that doesn't matter. Anyway,
misses.
Try again.
second arrow. I'm going to fire at this wall.
Which wall now?
This wall here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With my misty. Yeah, my misty arrow.
Okay. Okay. You don't actually have to roll to hit with that. You just
Nope. Because it's
Yep, you just fire it and suddenly place yourself where you would like to be.
Ah. Smart.
That's quite cool.
Oh, that's actually a really, really good point. Mazzy, can you just make me 3 Constitution saving throws?
What?
Shade. Okay, let's go.
Because I forgot to do Hunter's
Sweet.
Mark on you on your turn. It hasn't been impacted. Well, because you got hit 3 times.
That's not a save.
Ah. Well, I missed anyway. So.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, you have lost Hunter's Mark on Missy over here. But yes, you you can feel her jaws sort of clenching much deeper, and you can almost feel like a new set of poison that might have been injected on her turn, like sort of ready itself in her jaws. So you just take out this arrow, blindly sort of fire it right, hits the wall, chunk,
Does it
and you can just hear her.
So?
Yeah.
Does it teleport you by making you evaporate and then you appear, or are you like rushing to the spot like Blink in Dishonored? Because if you're rushing away, that's going to rip your
That's
neck
straight
open.
forward.
No, it's like
I don't know.
it's like Misty Step.
I like
so,
this. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So as
Yeah,
so you suddenly
That's
see
not a
like
nice way
as
to die.
Mazzy sort of fires off this arrow, it hits the wall.
That's a much less cool way to go.
He suddenly just poof appears, and
Suddenly a poof.
he just suddenly appears in this space, and the Dryad lady you can just see her mouth just sort of clench, and she just wails out, staring Mazzy almost like directly in the eyes as he looks back, sort of clutching the wound.
Matt, you're making Hawkeye look like a chump. Where's your
There
Explodiar?
is a new series. He's apparently
Yeah.
cool at it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
He's also got a family. You're very similar, Mazzy.
Yeah, completely unintentional, but yes.
That's right.
Now the Drow's turn. And someone's phone's gone off.
Yeah, Jojo.
Got to love it. Love good phone. Anyway, so the Drow's turn. So obviously that Drow died. But Gylndan, as you sort of heard and can recall to the party,
Everyone, there is someone.
you suddenly
There's a
see
thing.
the dungeon door swing open again, and coming from the door
Jojo, you might be on mute.
is a woman. But the woman is very different to anyone you've seen. She doesn't wear any armor. She holds a sort of black oak staff. Quite sort of elegant robes, again with the sort of spider theme knitted into the robes themselves. She looks very, very sort of prim and proper, holds her posture very, very high. And she comes into the room and immediately almost surveys it with a sort of with this sort of look of superiority, I guess. She looks at the Dryder very, very briefly, hisses something in a language none of you actually understand. Looking over the room, especially as she looks over and can see Oramis over there, the half-elf. She speaks in this different language. And then she could be a real bitch. She's going to be a real bitch.
Do it. Do it.
5, 10, lightning bolt.
Counter spell.
You counter spelling?
Yeah.
At what level?
Oh.
Orphan.
3.
3?
Hmm.
Nothing happens.
What?
Wait, nothing happens because the counter spell worked, or his counter spell, nothing happened?
The counter spell worked.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the counter spell didn't work. I just shot myself.
No. So she rushes into the room. She sort of prepares. She prepares this lightning bolt. You can see the sort of cracks of and sort of sparks of lightning begin to appear, and then Gylndan sort of raises his staff, does whatever he does with counter spell.
It's literally based on that
yeah.
time when I did it with that lady in that little lodge. I think it's like I wait until they're almost at their peak point where they do their magic, and I literally just tap my staff on the floor and it just stops.
Yeah,
It is the ultimate power play.
Oh, I like that. So yeah, she's like preparing this thing. You can almost see these sparks begin to form, like, and then just.
You
She
shall not cast a spell.
Oh,
She
you
looks- She looks at her staff, then looks over at you, Gylndan, and sort of gives you this quite dirty look. Then right in front, you can just see Markul go.
Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ, that's a fucking huge... That is a bee. That's a bee in my house. Fuck.
Mazzy's just realised he's so excited.
Did you see that?
No,
No.
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 Matt, it's on the screen. It's already taken a bite out of your neck.
Is it?
Oh, fucking hell.
Open your
Is it a hornet, Matt?
Shit! Right, I might run away for a second. How did... Right, okay.
Open your door
You got-
and like
You got to
Yeah.
spot it.
usher
Right,
right,
that's dead.
into the house.
It's gone somewhere. I think it's behind my... Right, I'm going to move, and I'm going to get out of this room.
Okay.
And I'm going to the windows. This is massive!
I think we're in a spot of bother here because this lady's quite tough.
Well,
Anyway.
you remember
and then we've got this
she-
drow as well.
She did have the spell Greater Invisibility up, and she did blast you with the spell
I
Blight.
mean, assuming it's the same person.
Assuming it's the same person. Although, I mean, you did. If you recall, I said that the sort of sound she made when Mazzy hit her with an arrow was a very feminine sound. So you can.
Shit, it's on my
assume-
bed and I don't know where it is.
Sorry, Mazzy's in the midst of some combat.
I mean, that's where you get into the spirit of things, some IRL combat going on.
Matt's just there with his, pretending to have his dual sword, like. Gylndan, it is your turn.
Oh.
Oh, if I hear it buzzing again, I'm getting my stick out again. I'm going to hold this.
Oh,
Oh, I can see him. I can see him. One sec.
Can I be a bit smart here?
Probably not.
JJ without the chill.
Chill or their lack of.
Is Matt still fighting the
This
bee?
is a great view for you guys, by the way.
That's a whole lot of ass.
Where?
5, 10, 15, 20. I can get them both to the lightning bolt. It's just getting out that's the issue, and I've sort of seen that she's eviscerated Matt slightly. So I'm gonna do the wizard special, the old hit and run. I'm gonna go 5. Actually, if I go there, can I get a shot off? Can I get a shot off here without hitting Markul with a lightning bolt?
No.
Not even if I
It's
aim
a
here.
5. Oh, there. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're attacking her.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit her with a level 4 lightning bolt.
Level 4 lightning bolt. Oh. She didn't. No, never mind.
That needs an extra D6.
Yes, it does.
31.
31 damage. She needs to roll a dex save. I need to see what her actually, no, I know what her dex is. She definitely fucking fails. And with that 31 damage, you watch as this sort of like huge sort of boom explodes from Gylndan's staff, strikes straight into the chest of this huge sort of spider lady, and as she's struck, the lightning sort of passes through her entire being, and she lets out this howl now louder, much louder than any of you have heard. Can everyone in the room make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh.
As this loud is so high and terrifying that it pierces like through basically everyone's ears, causing a little bit of damage. Oh, these are some good con saves, except for Gylndan's. I can roll my pools now. He passes. He passed. He rolled a natural 20.
Good lad.
Good lad indeed. It's 15. Okay, so it's 4. That's 5 thunder damage. And 5 psychic damage. So halved is just 5 damage overall for Oramis, Doc, and Mazzy. Gylndan, unfortunately, you take the full 10 damage.
Okay. She's dead.
Did you get it, Matt?
It's now stuck down the side of my bed. I can see it stuck, so I won't be able to move. But I'm slightly concerned. I'm really hoping it's not Queen. But we'll see, because it was probably.
I think
That
queens
big-
have a white spot on their back.
I know it had. Well, I mean, it had some sort of thing hanging down it, as if it was like a spider sort of thing. You know, like a. It's really weird. I don't know.
Also, if it's a bee, it's illegal to kill them because
Well,
save
I
the
mean,
planet.
I prefer not to get stung, so deal with it.
You're scum. You hate everyone else.
I am stung. Send me to prison.
Sweet.
It is actually illegal to kill some kind of bees, just so you know.
Well, I mean,
pretty
he
sure it
was
is.
trespassing in my house, so
He started it, or she
he
started
did
it.
indeed start it.
That's true. If you got to come to my ends.
Is she deadly? She is. She got a
She is.
Oh.
and she releases this howl. Like most of you manage to sort of cover your ears and steel yourself, but Gylndan, you don't quite. You're so you're still sort of in the spell, like it's still like shooting out of your thing, so concentrating on that while sort of this howl is let off, and so you don't quite prepare yourself, and it does deal this this little bit of damage, but then she sort of falls limp. Her sack almost like shrivels up a little bit at the back. She becomes very, very sort of gaunt in the face. Like, she drops the sword to her side and falls.
Okay, and then I'm just going to
Face
move
down.
5, 10, 15. Where am I going to move? 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm just going to move here. Yeah, just here actually. Just 2 steps there. Try and avoid Lady getting some chain attack.
Okie dokie. Now what's she gonna do? She doesn't like you. But she doesn't like you. It's not her turn, but I'm just thinking. Anyway, from that, it is Oramis' turn.
Okay.
Oramis, what would you like to do?
These tools.
These tools! Yep,
Are
definitely.
you taking
unlocked it.
turns to these people, Ben?
I actually was, and I missed out.
That's okay.
Mazzy's
There's
sister
a lot to keep track of.
I missed out Mazzy's sister on the last round of combat, so if we just do that real quickly, all she was going to do was use 5, 10, 15, pick up sword, and then move 5, 10, 15 to walk over to Mazzy. That was basically all she was going to do, as she is like basically unarmored, and she now just has a sword. That's what she got. And you sort of notice as well, like most of like these people have clothes, but they don't have any armor. So they have like their original sort of clothing, but they don't have any armor on or anything like that, which is obviously got them a bit of a disadvantage. So you've opened up this door. As you open it up, you see a man, quite a sort of burly half-orc dude, ready for a fight. It looks like, though the way you're looking, in like the look of him, he definitely doesn't look like he should be ready for a fight. But the way he's sort of holding himself, he is. He's got like scratches and all sorts everywhere. As he's sort of on one leg, he's sort of not very comfortable on it, but he seems to sort of steel himself against the pain, or sort of almost holding like one leg, but his other arm is sort of ready to go. And as you sort of open this door, he looks like he's ready to try and come out and help, potentially. Anything else on your turn?
I guess I'm gonna move up to there.
Nice. Doc.
Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 gets me to there, move spectral weapon into there.
Just quickly. Sorry, I did get thinged and fail that con save on the last round.
You did get whatted?
He ran by the rock.
I ran by this stuff and failed the con save.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, fantastic.
Oh, that's a sleeper effect. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
That'll be good later. Luke, do you have another character lined up?
As it happens.
It's not that shitty sorcerer, is it?
Yes, Doc. What would you like to do?
I think you used Markul's spiritual weapon to gain advantage last time when he attacked with it.
I did, yeah.
So I would like to do that as well, please. I will sell the spiritual weapon.
Oh boy.
Very, very nice. Roll damage.
can't remember what level I cast it at, so we'll go with base level 2 rather than 3.
I assumed it was 2.
Yeah, I was looking at the spell slots I had left and trying to work out what I used them on, but I couldn't remember. I couldn't find a previous roll with spiritual weapons, so I'll go with 2 rather than 3.
Cool.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead.
then follow up with the hammer.
Very nicely done. Roll damage.
As per, and then
Fucking hell.
a little divine strike as well.
Oh boy.
Fucking hell. All fucking right then. So you sort of you've sort of seen in this sort of thing like Doc has sort of maneuvered up, and as he's moving, sort of waved his hand, and as he does, she was looking at Doc as he sort of waved his hand, which gave the spiritual weapon advantage, clout her on the back of the head. She stumbled a little bit, and in that stumbling, Doc just sort of rises up, bang with his hammer. This divine sort of flash coming from her, coming from his hammer as well as he hits her straight in the nose. She almost flies up, literally into the air, lands very, very hard on her back. A staff is just over, and she almost tries to reach for it, like back, and fucking completely gone. Oh my god.
Ouch. How long did you put into that character, Ben?
Well, let's just say she had a lot of spell slots left, and I feel a lot of them were. It was a bit useless her having that many. Because I was thinking, oh, it won't be that much. It won't be that much damage. I won't put shield on her now. It's only, in her eyes, it's a piddly dwarf of a fake god coming up to her and trying to swing.
And then 1 off max damage on the hammer, and then 2 off.
Yeah.
So that was 3 off max damage for that.
Yeah. So in her eyes, it's just this piddly dwarf running up with his little hammer.
Yeah, well,
She'd be fine. She was saving a reaction for a counterspell from Gylndan, but no. The room is clear. Things fall very silent. The only sort of sound is Oramis unlocking doors and stuff, and the sort of sounds of the fire in the middle of the room that's still sort of crackling away. What would you all like to do?
I'm going to run to my sister and say, "Are you okay? Are you injured?"
No. I got out lucky. I think. I don't understand Elven. I don't know what they were talking about, but they seem to let me and what's her face over there off a little bit. Oh Jesus Christ! What the fuck's going on, Mazzy? Who the hell are these people? Why the hell are they here? Why the hell are you here? Last I heard, you and bloody Daviak were up in the north fighting orcs. Or
we were.
Was it
we
you
did
were
a good
in some
job.
tower defeating demons?
Man, that was cool, calm, collected. Been there, done that. Next one.
I don't want to know why Oramis is on top of her.
I'm going to sort of come in and just backhand him in the face. Like, get off.
Ben, can I investigate the sorcerer lady, please?
The sorcerer lady, yeah. Roll,
See if she's got
roll
any
investigation.
Good shit.
Can I help?
Doesn't look like he bloody needs it, but you can help, for 25.
Here's a wooden spoon.
You look down on her, and she does seem to have a fair bit of coin, but this coin is minted with a very different face on it than yours. So the one of Ambyr is from a king very, very long ago. Actually, no, not that long ago. What am I on about? It was a year ago, King Alistair, the king who previously passed away. At least the gold coins are. The copper and silver ones are minted with other sort of previous kings and queens' faces. But these ones, all of them, they do have their own gold, copper, silver, but they're minted instead with a woman's face, a very beautiful woman's face, sort of looking side on, as you sort of have on these coins. There are about 30 of these coins. They are proper gold, proper silver, proper copper. Well, there's no silver or copper ones there. There's just 30 gold.
Doc, can you add them to the bag?
Yeah.
Bag of holding? Because I know they're not official currency, but I think if we melt it down or whatever, gold's still gold at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll add it.
Gold's still gold.
So it's 30 gold coins.
It's 30 gold, isn't it? 30 gold.
Coins with...
I'd like to think that's how Oramis actually talks, Luke. Like, we all think he speaks in this bold voice, but whenever he does business, he's like, look, I've got plenty of room on my ship. I'll do you a solid deal, yeah?
Lovely jubbly.
These are hard times, ain't it? Hard times are
It'd be
going through.
interesting to see how
Everyone's
they
got
all
to get
sound. I reckon Doc's voice is like super deep.
by. Oh, probably.
Imagine him
Everything
telling
Jay-
his story about his like past in that voice. Just what did you do? I tried to heal the dead.
Yeah, it's just when he talks, it just sounds like there's just this low thunder going on the whole time.
See, I'm.
I think
You go.
I think Doc is everything JJ wishes he could be.
Ouch.
What? Short?
Well, a beautiful long beard, deep voice, muscular.
A height where he doesn't have to crouch through doors.
Respected. Sorry, go on.
So this big purple sword that this Drider had.
Yes. Yes, it is a very, very beautifully made. It is almost, well, not almost. It is definitely elven in design. You know, like it's instead of your standard sort of long sword, it's a very sort of curved, almost like it is straight, but it has this sort of curve down both sides. It doesn't have any sort of patterning or anything on it, but it is, you can just tell by sort of the precision of the way it's made, of the sort of very, very beautifully done cross guards, so that it almost looks a little bit like wood, but made of this metal. The sort of leather strip handle as well, having sort of elven runes that you're not familiar with being used in Amber or anything like that, but you do recognize the runes as being something along the lines of honor, duty, respect, bravery, things like that. But yeah, it's made in this very, very... It's made with this very, very strange metal. Again, sort of as you sort of tilt it towards the fire, it does look as if it almost, yeah, like I said, has this very faint, almost like oil spill effect. You know, like when you, like that Skin in Siege, or you know, you've got the
Oil spill.
yeah, literally oil spill. You know, that weird sort of reflective look.
Rainbow.
Yeah, it's very, very faint. On like to the sort of normal eye mid combat, you wouldn't really notice it, but it's only when you're sort of looking at it do you like properly still now do you recognize. And when she was sort of like very slowly pulling it from her blade, you could recognize it. So yeah, there's a fancy longsword if anyone wants one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Are these guys
you
wearing?
carry this for you, as I say, just like putting it into the
I
bag.
can carry it. I've just got no bloody idea how to use it.
You've been watching Mazzy long enough, just.
Yeah, all he does is shoot arrows, even when he's 5 foot away. Oh, Mazzy, that's a good point. Why aren't you using your sword, man?
Because I had to fire the arrow to get away. So I couldn't
You
switch.
tried hitting her first. Oh,
Yeah, but I can't
I see
switch.
what you're saying.
I can't switch. Yeah, I can't.
I thought you had an interesting reason. Sorry.
It was a legitimate reason.
I don't know if like you can get your sword up when your sister's around or whatever, but
My word.
Wow.
Moving swiftly on. This isn't Game of Thrones. On
yet.
Are the dead people on the floor wearing the same sort of silvery armour that the guys out the front were?
They are, yes. What's interesting about these guys is these guys are almost a different, like you can tell they're the same, but instead of, so the guys at the front were using like short swords, and they had a lot of sort of daggers on them, and they had this sort of spidery sort of pattern over their armor, whereas these guys seem to have very sort of almost basic armor, and they do have long swords instead of short swords, but their swords aren't made of the same material. It's of the same strange metal. It's just sort of like your regular sort of iron. But their armor does have these studs over them. These this leather armor, leather studded armor, made with this really quite nice metal in a kind of nice fashion, I guess.
Right.
Can I take one?
Yeah. If you want to take one.
Sure.
Your AC will now go up, so it is, so I believe, studded leather is 13 plus dex.
12
No,
dex.
studded leather is 12 plus dex. Yours is now 13 plus dex. So your dex is 3.
And they've both got
16.
this, like, studded leather.
Yeah. They both got quite nice.
Mazzy, what armor have
I'm
you
picking
got?
up, I'll say this now, and
I think I've got
a lot of
studded
stuff
leather.
to, like, take back so we can, like, investigate it later on and stuff, so...
Yeah, okay, cool. Add
I've got
whatever.
breastplate on.
You got a breastplate. Okay, so you're. Does that give you disadvantage on stealth?
No.
No.
I've
Breastplate
got
doesn't
plus
give
7
you
on.
disadvantage
Half
on
plate
stealth.
and scale mail are the medium armors.
I remember when I was choosing it, I was like, give me the strongest thing that still allows me to be
Okay,
stealthy. And
Yeah.
So what's your AC then?
16.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Your AC is now the same as Oramis's.
16, yeah?
With this armor on, yeah.
Lush.
13 plus dex. 13 plus 3. Whatever your dex is, it'd be the same. The only difference between wearing this and studded leather, this fancy studded leather, is the fact that in water you can swim fine with studded leather, whereas with breastplate armor you have to make an ability check to be able to swim.
That's fine, I'll just fire my misty arrow and just go over the leg.
Fair enough. I mean, if you're on the ocean, that might be a little more difficult. But
What a way to drown, just fire it. Like, swim back.
I fired at 600 feet and now I can't swim back.
I like the thought that you fired it, but then like some water's got in and you've unfortunately drowned. So then what appears then on the land is just you just sort of like, drowned.
Coughing up water or just
Just
dead,
a
yeah.
child building a sandcastle, then all of a sudden, like, zzz, poof, and a dead body appears.
Oh dear
Can
lord.
I say? Fantastic that we're all having a reunion, but we are in enemy territory. Can we wrap
Yeah.
this stuff up and make a plan and get out
Before
of
we
here?
head out, could I request, Doc, if you have any healing abilities left, that I have some, please?
Mark cool heals as well.
Also, these two people that are left would quite like to get out of their cage.
Oh, sure.
Oh, I thought you did all of that.
I mean, I've done her.
Did you do
Of
her?
course you have.
Beg your pardon, Luke.
You did.
Right.
You did this guy down here. You haven't rolled for her yet.
Yeah.
But now you have. She is able to get out. And as you come out, you see this dwarven lady, ginger sort of braided hair comes down her neck. Oh, that one unfortunately fails. You've broken a pick.
So,
That's
if you have it in my circle, can you just get rid of it? Because I would have winked out my wall of fire instead of just let it blaze constantly.
Well, it's giving good heat and illumination in the room.
Illumination. See, I think you're right, but I also think it's just very intimidating. It doesn't send the right sort of message to these people that we're rescuing.
Ben,
Yes.
I've got 2 lockpicks left.
Yeah.
Any chance I can blast this door open instead of picking it?
You can do. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go for it. Thunderwave.
No, Eldritch Blast.
Oh, Eldritch Blast. Yeah, your Eldritch Blast slams into the iron door. That's it.
You're such a knob.
See, it didn't cost you anything.
I know, but it's like, yeah, sure, do it. It didn't do anything.
That's not what I thought you meant. I apologize.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh no. Is this guy not
Yeah,
getting
your
out?
last lockpick
Oramis
Snap.
is
Can I
in
search
trouble.
for-
inside the
key?
thing,
Can I
and from the
search
other
the-
side, you can just hear this guy going, is everything all right? Am I nearly out? I'm a little clock.
Doc, you might just have to repeat
Yeah.
with your hand.
Don't worry, guys. Move. Yeah, don't worry, you're fine. I'll have you out in a second. Guys, get out, go.
I'm
Can I search for a key,
Trisha.
Ben?
Yeah, you can search for a key with your 18 investigation. I was
Sorry guys,
probably
it's all
just
just a
gonna use
matter
your
of
last one, but
leverage.
you find a key not on
Oh,
this guy,
thank
but
God.
on the other one over here. You do find this very, very small but quite nice key.
Can I let both these boys out? And when I go over to this one, can I just like really shove
What do
Oramis
you
out of
mean?
the way with my shoulder?
Yep. Everyone is now out. You see immediately Trisha sort of walking around, making sure everyone's okay. Everyone looks pretty beaten up. No one's in the best of states.
Like, are these guys in a position that if they were to be healed, they could fight, or is it better to just like get them out and then move on, like so they can like escape and then move on ourselves?
These guys, yes,
Let them
are
fight.
are not in a position to, not really in a position to fight. But
Okay,
the
so-
two women that are there don't seem to have been harmed as much,
Sexism.
hurt as much, and so yes, are
Okay.
able to
So
fight on.
the two of them, Gylndan said he was looking for some healing.
Mhm.
Mazzy said he was looking for some healing. Markul could probably do something. Oramis, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good, but if you got any going spare, but
Like-
don't need to be prioritised. I got
Um,
59
Out. Or,
out of 71.
Okay, so everyone, I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So just need to remember what I add to this. So everyone is going to get this amount of healing plus 7. Everyone gains 27 hit points.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nice.
And I gain 7.
Very nice.
And there goes my 5th level spell slot.
So everyone sort of heals up. Trisha definitely feels a lot better. She does have a couple of bruises and cuts and scratches on her from the sort of fight she would have had to get in here. And they do seem to heal up, and she does seem to be in somewhat full health. And this one dwarven woman over here sort of heals up and starts looking over at Doc. Very sort of funny, like walks over to him. So, after all these fucking years, it takes me being trapped in a bloody watchtower for you to finally come and say hi. Dokrumir.
Can I
Luke.
Oramis and Mazzy and just sort of like nod my head towards the door, like we'll leave them to this one. Markul's just not getting the signal.
Yeah, no, Markul, first of all, dispels his thing, and then just walks around. Ooh, doors and their bloody lady troubles. I tell you what, glad I live up on my mountain. Walks out very, very quickly. Trisha is busy sort of taking care of her men, and she will lead a lot of them out and up the stairs towards the somewhat exit.
Trisha's boys.
At which point, this woman here, sort of speaking to you, Doc, would you like to say anything?
Hi.
Hello. So, hi. what the hell are you doing here?
Could ask you the same thing.
What the... Actually, that is a rather good point.
I mean, the last time I saw you, you were, you know, well, the same as I was, studying to heal, not to...
Actually, the last time I saw you, you were bloody sent out of the bloody city. What the hell happened, Doc? I thought we were friends. Us three, we were friends. I did try and find you. Actually, I'll admit that's part of the reason why I'm here. I heard a cleric, a healer, especially a dwarf, was helping people out around the world, helping up in the war in the north, and helping with that ghastly tower. And figured maybe it was time we patched things up a little bit. Got talking.
Yeah, that would be... I mean, not... Well, you know, I've not seen anyone from home for... Well, you know...
I mean...
Since it happened.
Yeah, I can sort of see why... sort of gestures to her own cheeks of...
she wouldn't be able to see that, to be fair, because I...
Oh, no, yeah, she wouldn't. You've... Actually, in which case you go, well, why not you... The...
Oh, that's just a...
Do you know what? Like, where's that?
Oh, it's...
What's happened?
Still there. It's just a... Well, you know, because of... I'm... A little bit of... you know, magical disguise, so I can wander around without getting my head chopped off.
You sneaky bastard. Fair enough.
Doesn't last forever, but long enough.
We do what we have to. It's been lovely seeing you, but maybe we should finish this catching up
Yeah.
after we're not in here. But they weren't the only ones in here.
Yeah, we did encounter a few.
There are a little more. If we're going to finish this, I think I'm going to need my axe and my violin.
Violin?
Bard?
Oh,
Maybe?
mayhaps.
Maybe.
Part bard.
And with that, she sort of
Multiclass.
giggles, comes back. Come on.
Doc's going to sort of turn around. What do you mean? Equally confused.
Violet. You'll see. Come on.
Alright.
And proceeds to exit. You can all go back to
What a crowded doorway this is.
here.
Stage left.
You can all head back into this bit here where I will copy... Wait, where the fuck did she go? Where'd she go? Oh, there she is, under Doc. Under there, and go to there. And these two are now with you. Everyone immediately sort of rushes out. A lot of the sort of men, helped by Trisha and this dwarven lady, help move a lot of the sort of men out, and they do make quite a sort of quick pit stop into the armory over here, where after opening one of these sort of chests,
Are you on a different map?
they find a lot of their stuff. I am on a different map, yes.
I'm
You
not.
guys are not, because I forgot to move you over. So, coming out of the dungeon, head up the stairs, and a lot of them head back down to the armory, where there's a large sort of chest where they regather a lot of their belongings. A lot of the men sort of picking up their old bits of armor, their weapons. Trisha, you can see, grabs this huge sword, like, lifts it up, places it on her back, and oh, now that feels a lot better. And this one lady sort of walks over like, oh, they bloody scratched her, the bastards. Oh well, I'll get it fixed eventually. She says to her violin that she sort of, there's a little hook on it. Hooks to a sort of back of a pack, then grabs this decent-sized battle axe, places it as well, sort of on a pack, and is ready to rumble.
We're a small militia now.
A lot of the men, and Trisha sort of agrees, a lot of the sort of men with you say that they will head outside, like they'll wait outside, they'll watch outside and wait for you guys to be done. They're too sort of
Are we going to
injured.
head further in?
Well, that's a very good question. Are you going to head further in?
Because we're not,
Yes.
as much as we were here for your sister Mazzy, we're not.
She is
just
now fine, and she does not need to be rushed back for medical attention or anything like that. So
So I think
I'll
because there's
find
more
it.
here than what we thought. Well, there's more we were here for, so I think that path is worth investigating.
if we are going to do that, I am just going to heal myself a little bit more
Ooh.
because, unfortunately,
Is that a good time for a break? If we're about to head into a whole new area.
a good idea.
Yeah, I could do a break there, yeah.
And I'm just going to cast a level 2 Cure Wounds on myself.
God,
Sounds
how low
good.
are you, Matt?
I was low, but also my max HP is high, so I'm just trying to
okay.
get back to 75.
Fair enough. That's not bad.
Ooh, 10, nice.
Fair enough.
Right,
And on that note,
see you in a bit.
Yeah, see you
15
guys in
magic
a couple of
for
minutes.
cast.
Oh shit! Yeah, thank you, missed that.
see you guys in a quick sec.
See you in a minute.
we return once more to the world of D&D. So everyone has sort of collected their gear. I'll tell you what, I'll move you guys over to sort of here. So everyone's collected their gear. Trisha is now outfitted back in her original scale armor. And this young dwarf lady, who has revealed her name to be Artemisa, has placed on this quite nice leather armor. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done.
How are you spelling that?
Basically, as it sounds, but with an I on Isa, Artemisa. She has also sort of revealed herself to be a performer, and that's what she's done since last she saw Doc. So obviously her and Doc split ways, and she reveals that she has been sort of performing from town to town. She went to the College of Inksworth shortly after everything that happened with everything that happened with her.
Artemisa?
I actually have. Yeah.
Recently? Recently?
Somewhat recently.
Statues.
I thought I'd seen you a lot somewhere. In that god awful play.
What alone? Oh, the play. Yeah, I thought I was going to say place.
The choreography was a mess. The music and melody is.
I'd like to make clear we didn't commission that shit.
You know what? I mean, have you guys seen it? Have any of you seen it?
No, it was on our list.
Dinner.
It was
Things got in the
We
way.
were gonna see it, but yeah.
It was just second to dealing with the tower, you know.
Yeah, the whole saving
Got
of
in the way.
Ambyr got in the way.
Yes, slightly more important fish to catch, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it'd be worth you going to see it if you wanted to, but maybe don't expect anything that lives up to the deeds you've done. Is maybe how I would put it.
Is it so bad it's good that it'd be worth a second?
I would say it's a lot better when you're drunk.
That's most of this adventure, to be fair.
That's probably true as well with some of the stories I've heard. I mean, God, I heard you took on the whole army of the orcs in Northgard. Just stormed through the gate.
Just out of roleplay, I really want to do a 2-hour session where we make Ben just roleplay the entire play, and we just sit and watch.
Yeah, Ben, I'd start rehearsing those lines.
Oh, Doc, I need healing. Okay, Oramis, here you go.
Oh no, I froze for that. What did you do? Oh no.
It just did some very
high quality acting is what I did.
Some spot on Oramis and Doc impressions.
Anywho, yes, we did single-handedly take on the entire of the Northern Orc army. Just the 5 of us.
There's only 4 of us.
One of us more so than the others, I would say.
Who's the fifth person?
Don't listen to him. He's clearly had a blow on the head. He's seen.
I count for 2.
See?
Well, you and your ego.
Oh, you funny man.
Artemisa sort of walks over to Doc. Is like, is he going to be all right?
Yeah, he survived this far.
Okay.
I mean, he'll get by, but he's not all right.
Oh, okay.
Who told you I'm by? What happens on the boat stays on the boat.
Well, now I want to hear this story. Now there's a Frank.
Sailor Frank. Sailor.
Now there's a Frank. Oh, but the way you were looking at me and Trisha when we unlocked the gates, I thought, I must admit, Captain, by your outfit, I misinterpreted you.
No.
Yeah. I see.
Don't gratify me.
Doff the
I-
imaginary
I-
cap.
I apologise.
To be fair, I did buy
People
you
can.
like a captain's hat at one point.
You do. I mean, I put it on once. So I'm not sure I actually took it off. So
People can be attracted to whoever they wish, and if you and this Frank are happy, then so be it.
We've got very sidetracked.
We have got slightly sidetracked. Anyway, unfortunately, you've made it much further than our lousy band could. There was a lot more of them outside. I think they'd been tipped off that we were coming. I don't know what's in the rest of these rooms, but I did hear hammering down the mine as they were taking us in.
That's where we're
And,
going
I
to
don't- and I've got no idea that's in what the hell's in this room. You never
There's a couple
bothered to look,
of,
but those
areas with the rot we should stay clear of.
might be wise. I've not really heard much good things
I'm guessing
about
we-
that.
No one would really know that Oramis had a bit of a run-in with the rot, would they? It was very much out of everyone's vision.
No,
I'm not sure Oramis even realizes.
That's definitely going to come back and bite us later.
JJ, I hope you got Revivify ready.
You got a 300 GP diamond on you?
I can find some.
Okay.
But it would have not surprised me in any way, shape, or form if you'd have just instantly just said yes. Yes, I do.
Actually, that reminds me, Ben. Can we do a bank robbing one shot sometime, please?
if you really
Just in
want
case
to,
I
yeah.
ever die.
If you want to, yeah, sure, we can do.
Yeah, Oramis has got some new studded leather armor. It's studded with diamonds.
Hey, diamond is the hardest material.
Not
That is
perhaps
true.
not the most cost-effective for a set of armor. Then.
Yeah, but
It's basically just asking to be mugged, essentially.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, but even if they did, they wouldn't be able to do any damage to him because his armor's so good.
Yeah.
That is true. Anyway, what are you guys going to be doing?
We're going to head back into the mine, I think.
Did we want to, like, the only other option before we do that would be just check out this, like, thoroughly check out this spiderwebby church place.
Yeah, you briefly had a look in, and you saw lots and lots of sort of small spiders
Or we just clearing
around the
corners, aren't we?
webbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were clearing corners. You had a very very brief look, and you don't really know what's through this door either. But there was the rot over the door.
Yeah, I mean, I think I looked in there, or Mazzy looked in there, so they were just saying, oh, there is rot, there's rot in there, but there was some other stuff as well, but obviously we're just trying to clear corners, so we can go and have a quick look, but it will need a bit of, like, dismantling. There's a lot in there preventing us from getting to the end of the room.
Yeah. So yeah, what's your plan? Are you going in there? Are you going to the mine? Are you...
Let me have a quick look in there. There might be
Yeah,
some
we'll just
more info.
head in. There was these, like, big spider webs covering everything. So
Yeah. Are you entering somewhat stealthily, or are you just going straight in?
No,
I think we'd say there wasn't anything. There didn't appear to be anything live. in
Yeah,
there.
I think we're walking reasonably, like, cautiously but not stealthily.
Okay. So you open up the door, and as you open up the door with the sort of light of Gylndan's torch, you can see lots and lots of sort of small eyes staring back at you just in the sort of front, and they just skitter away to the left immediately, staying out to the light of the torch. As you enter further-
I want you to say.
As you enter further through the light,
No.
you can just see a lot of sort of, as you're looking at the webbing, there's almost movement in the webbing, and as you're looking, you can
How-
see just
How thick
so.
is it?
The webbing is
To the point where we can't see near the end of the room, or
No. You can definitely see the other end of the room. It's just sort of over everything, like it's just sort of covering anything, and there are areas of much thicker webbing that a small spider probably can't make.
that lady downstairs is a spider. Thing.
She was.
Spider.
Maybe this is part of her cultivation.
Is anyone following Doc, by the way? Doc's just moved
Yeah,
his
I've got
token.
him.
Is anyone...
I think. I mean, what's our long-term goal? Is our long-term goal to reclaim this tower? Or is it?
No, we were just rescuing.
Okay.
I think
Absolutely
if this
murk
is,
him.
if this has some sort of gateway to the Underdark, then I do not think it's somewhere we want to be close to.
We just want to probably want to seal it.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm just trying to gauge whether or not we torch this or whether we just leave it. And
We can torch it if you want, but the only issue with that is perhaps if there is something else here, we anger it.
yeah.
I think if we still we look okay on the way out, we can give it a crack. But it might be that we get hammered downstairs and just want to run past it.
To potentially make your decision a little bit easier, as you're walking in and as the rest of you are sort of moving into the room, you begin to notice that these spiders that are moving all throughout this thing, you can just hear this from the very, very far end of the room.
Shut the door.
And very, very suddenly, all the spiders seem to converge into these two swarms.
Oh god.
Here.
Sacred flame that shit.
Just saying, I never actually entered that room. So
Yeah, that is fair.
good. Fucking luck, guys.
Markle will enter. I don't know where Markle's token
Like
is.
firing
but-
sacred flames as I back up out the door.
I don't know where I placed Markle's token, but he
I
is.
don't think you placed him on.
He's there.
He's,
Oh, he's underneath.
yeah.
Oh, he's underneath thing. Yeah. He'll
There is no
sort
time
of
for that, Markle.
he'll enter somewhat at the front of the group, hearing that there's sort of spiders and stuff. He's like, I've got a plan. Should things go a little bit south, I've done this in a little while. And as these spider sort of groups form at the very back of the room, you can see movement between the thick sort of webbing. And coming up, you can see this sort of table begin to move. The webbing back here is almost to the point where you can't see the back wall. And around the table, sort of crawling over, is this guy.
At the sight of him, Ben, can I yeet my torch in the spiderwebs, please?
You can indeed, yeah.
Can I
At the
also
sight,
unleash many sacred flames?
you can do. I think because they've
These
seen you. I guess because they've seen you. I guess it's a sort of initiative now because it's not necessarily a surprise round. And I guess it would be sort of like you. I mean, none of you said you were going to like hold an action or anything. So I guess it is just initiative from this.
When you said they first started forming, I did say multiple sacred flames, but
no, that is fair. You can roll. You can roll Sacred Flame. That is
it's a
radiant
dex.
damage, though, isn't it?
It's a radiant damage. But it's also a dex save, I think, and I'm
Dex
freezing.
save.
Yes. DC 16.
DC 16. I'm just looking at their stat block to see what their dex is, but I might as well just roll anyway. And figure that out. In a second. Oh, they failed no matter what, unless they have a dex of frickin' like 10.
Oh, that's a bloody good roll.
Yeah, that is a bloody good roll. So does that get both of them in?
No, it's a single target. So I'll target
Single
the closest
target,
one,
okay.
the left one.
Okay. So yeah, as you sort of release this sacred flame, this divine sort of flame sort of surges out towards this thing, and you can see a lot of these spiders just smash from the back of the group, spraying back, almost like in this almost liquid form as they spin around each other in this crazy, terrifying. Yeah, it's just really, really weird thing. Hold on, I really can't find the stuff. Where the fuck is it? I found it on the other day. Swarm insects. Jesus fucking Christ. Monster name. Transpider, spawning insects, spiders. There we go. Yeah, they only had a dex of 1, that's fine. Okay. And on that note, we'll roll a really quick initiative.
As Sam yeets his torch in.
Yes, as Gylndan would yeet his torch into the
Take a
room.
little flame mark off me then. Does that do anything?
Roll. What?
Yeeting
Throwing,
my torch in.
yeeting your torch in. Yeah, we'll see in a second.
Oh.
I'm ready for my initiative of 5. 9's not much better.
It's almost twice as good.
Hmm.
Oramis, I'm assuming you're not rolling initiative because you're not in the room.
Correctamundo.
And Markle is definitely last. Cool. So, so we'll say, I guess, as a thing, you've thrown your torch in, and make me a general sort of dexterity roll. Where are you aiming your torch? At anything in particular, or just at the...
How far do you think I could throw it?
I think you could throw it about 30 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. No, I'm definitely trying to get it in and around that big one.
In and around the big one, okay. So we'll say, for the time being then, that this is the flame.
That's a very good throw.
That is a very, very good throw. So you managed to get it literally right on this thing. It even bonks it in the head. I'll say it does like 1 damage as it sort of bonks this thing on the head. And
Yeet!
a flame begins to sort of thing there, and it definitely startles it. It almost like moves back very, very quickly. Like, for such a big thing, it's really, really creepy the way it's sort of moving. Doc, it is your turn first. What would you like to do?
Well, I don't really want to enter these spiders' webs, so I'm going to go with another Sacred Flame.
Go with another Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
Failed that one again.
8. Not as good, but...
8, not as good, but it does the trick. Your next Sacred Flame sort of bursts this group of spiders, and they just shatter into the webs, all of them just sort of dead, curling up their legs in a very, very creepy manner. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's everything.
Cool. You can hear on the spider's turn, so this guy here, I'll say sort of every round this thing is slowly getting bigger as it is flame on a web. So this is
I thought you meant the spider. I was like, how does that work?
No, not quite. You can hear from this main sort of spider, you can hear this creepy sort of eerie thing, and then it's going to go 5, 10, 15, and you literally see this swarm just engulf Doc. Like they swarm all around his feet.
No,
They
sorry,
swarm.
Doc. Sorry, boss.
They swarm all around his feet and begin crawling up his leg. And instead of a attack roll, this is just a Constitution save. As you've got literally almost like hundreds of these things crawling all over you, biting you with their tiny, tiny little pincers. You would have advantage anyway because it's poison. I forgot to mention, but yes, you will take half damage. So that's, I think, as much. It's 34. So it's 1, 4.
Yeah, Doc, I'm not coming anywhere near you. So
1,
He's tainted.
RIP.
4,
Yeah.
6. That's 10 piercing damage halved to 5, and poison damage 1, 4, 8, 12 poison damage halved to 6. I know maths.
I'm having to track my stuff manually at the moment because my thing's frozen. But
Oh, okay. You're still in the game for me. You could try refreshing.
Okay, that's good.
And then this big daddy.
Is anyone else repeatedly hearing that sort of like doo-doo-doo?
Yeah, the do-do-do-do.
Oh, that's me.
Cool.
Yeah, whenever there's a message on Facebook, Luke, it pops in my laptop. So because I've got Facebook open, and the sound coming through this.
DC 12 strength check. I'll say as well, this spider can make a con save to thing against the fire. It fails. Gylndan, would you like to roll a 1d6?
Yeah, big boy 6. You ready? That's not bad.
5. That's not bad. That's 5 fire damage, this spider. And it will move... What's his movement? It's got 30 feet. So it's going to go 5, up on the wall, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm very sorry, Doc. It's going to have a bite against you.
I'm covered
Doc.
in little spiders.
You are covered in little
Doc.
spiders. And I don't think it really cares.
R.I.P. my friend.
That's a 19 to hit.
That'll do it, yeah.
That'll do it. 1d8 plus 3, so that's 8 piercing damage. And can you make me a Constitution saving throw? You do have an advantage because it's poison.
Oh,
Well,
what is...
Oh,
Get this man
very,
off
very
the
nice.
roids, please.
So you take 2.
So was
That is very, very good. That's 2 poison damage, and nothing else happens.
8 piercing and 2 poison. Yeah.
8 piercing and 2 poison.
So 10
Yes.
damage overall. Thank you.
10 damage overall, and that unfortunately is the spider's turns. Mazzy, you can see this huge spider coming up to you, and Doc is covered in them.
I understand. Wait, actually, first of all, is this is a table in the middle? It's not like a sheet on the floor, rug on the floor, right?
This red bit here is a rug.
Rug. Okay, good.
Yeah, big
I'm
rug.
gonna. Can I get a flank with Doc if I go there?
You can, because you've got land stride, so you move through the webbing as if it was
How are you getting there?
nothing.
This way.
He can move through my space for free. Because
I didn't know if he was-
I can easily get that. I can go
I was
5,
trying to see if you're going
10,
past the rock.
15, 20, 25.
Oh, okay.
Because the rot's not encroaching on a
Square.
square,
Okay,
I'll say
fair
you can sort of easily go past.
Okay.
It's sort of just on the wall. Yeah, you can get flanking. Roll to hit.
Right. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, advantage. Yes.
Advantage.
Advantage. That's a crit. Roll the damage.
Oh, mamacita.
Oh, that is a big hit. That is 24 damage.
Mazzy just juliennes the spider.
Is it
Yeah,
dead yet?
Matt. How do you see yourself killing the spider?
So I'm going to do a very Kenobi thing. Chop off its legs, and then when it's like, sort of on the floor,
Oh, against the outplay in the arena.
yeah, there you go.
Ow, yeah. So while it's sort of sideways on the wall, just this slice down, you can hear this sort of chicken falls onto the floor, and then just straight through its middle. You can see the sort of greenish, blackish sort of blood just sort of briefly, and it unfortunately passes unto death. It dead. However, Doc still has all these spiders crawling around him. Now, they would have otherwise dispersed.
Get him off.
They would have usually dispersed, but unfortunately they're on him. Like, they're still gonna be on him, they're still aggressive to him.
Can I Eldritch Blast him?
I mean, are we still in the initiative?
We are until these things are dealt with, yeah.
Okay.
For
Markle?
I guess, yeah. So next up is you, Gylndan.
Oh, Markle's slow.
Markle is slow.
I'm gonna mind spike these little boys. Mind sliver, sorry.
Mind sliver these little boys. Grapple paralyze, swarm.
7.
7. They need to make an intelligence save.
Not very intelligent.
They are not. With a 3. Yeah, they are not very intelligent. They take 7 damage. You can Doc. You can even feel each of these little spiders sort of like shivering and quaking a little bit,
That's
just as
horrifying.
they're sort of all over your body. Now,
God.
now some of them are like seeping almost like in between some of the bits of your armor. You can feel now a couple of them sort of on you.
That is horrifying.
Also, by the way, this fire is now like yay big. Definitely getting a lot bigger.
Anything of use was definitely burnt.
Thanks for telling me. I would have moved.
It won't. I'll say it won't sort of encroach you until you.
I appreciate we probably should have told you, Matt, but at the same time, do you not have fucking eyes?
I would have known it would have been growing.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't say that, which is why I'm going to say that it won't affect you.
Yeah, cool.
Unless you don't move in your next turn, in which case then yeah, I'll say it affects you
That
definitely.
makes sense. Cool.
Get him off,
Marcool.
Get him off.
I'm going to back up 1.
Yeah, everyone, stand back. Doc.
Yeah, just
I'm
do
very
it.
sorry,
Just
this
do
is
it. Just do it.
And he lets out this breath of fire. Doc, can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
I mean, like,
Depending on whether
that's to get out the way, which I'm not really trying to do at this point.
Okay, you're gonna just fail, which means I'm gonna give them disadvantage on theirs. They're all a 5, yeah, they're done for. What's his thing? It's 3d6 at 9th level, isn't it? So it's a 6. That's another 6. And that's a 1. That's 13, which I believe 13. Ooh. So it's 13 damage. There are still some chittering and moving over you.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is now your turn.
Okay. I want to like stop, drop, and roll, seeing as I've also literally just been set on fire, and just like try and like squish as many of them against the floor as possible.
Yeah, roll a dexterity check.
Just.
I will lower the DC because you're in heavy armor,
Straight dexterity.
and that would probably squish a lot of them.
I
Yeah.
have terrible luck next session.
It had 2 HP left. I'll probably say with that, you can probably say that the rest of what little of them are left have been sort of squished inside you. And as you're sort of like slowly sort of getting up, you can just feel like the dead spiders in your armor.
Oh, and they got
Sort of
toasted
brushing.
as well, so they're all crispy.
Yeah.
They're both gooey and crispy. It's like
Oh.
it's small.
No. Stay away from me in real life and in the game, please.
Cool. Well,
But that does seem to be the room somewhat taken care of.
well.
This is a nice little episode. Should we head downstairs?
Whoa, you guys just give me a moment. Ooh. I think I know how Oramis feels.
I'm just gonna like, walk past and like, pat you on the shoulder. You're alright.
I'm sorry about that, boyo.
That's okay.
I did what needed to be done.
You did what you had to do, it's fine.
Yes. We get that guy out here. He just sort of pulls this one spider out just from underneath your hair that was sort of thinking like, bink. Run along, no little critter.
It's
Alright.
sorry.
Alright. I guess it's just a mine then.
Yeah, let's hit it. If you're alright, Doc.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm just gonna patch myself up a little bit.
Oramis is just gonna vom in the corner over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute to like cast a couple of like cure wounds and then like a load of prestidigitation to just clean all the burnt spider goop.
Yeah, you cast it, and your clothes are once again good as new.
Again. There's 2 spells I'll go on for that, so.
And as we come out and I see Oramis quivering in the corner, can I minor illusion a spider in my hand and just throw it over towards him?
yeah, you can do.
Oramis falls backwards and shuffles on his bum backwards over towards Gylndan, away from the spider.
You can't make it move, so it's literally just this spider which has sort of gone and it's just there on the floor.
Once he's fallen, I'll just...
You just put an alibi just in front of him. It's just now there.
An alibi, a prisoner.
Once he's fallen over, I'll just make it disappear and just go, bit jittery, are we, Oramis?
Did you see the size of those things?
Oh no, I'm horrified. I just watched Doc get engulfed by them. That's enough to haunt anyone's.
This is my worst nightmare.
Both Doc and myself are not going to sleep tonight. Anyway.
I mean, I was thinking when planning this, like, I'm arachnophobic. This is awful to plan.
Mhm.
Terrible to plan.
Anyway.
And how, like, careful I was when looking up giant spider stats for D&D, like, on the internet. Because I accidentally typed it into Pinterest, not Google, and a big photo did come up, and I punched my iPad.
Oh yes, that'll make it go away.
Ben now has no iPad.
Is there a circular hole in the middle of her iPad?
No, it's fine.
Anyway.
It's forgiven me. And as you sort of leave the room, you can just sort of hear Artemisa like whispering, like, "Are you all just gonna leave the?" Okay. She just sort of slowly shuts the door as the fire begins to raise and raise and raise, and the smoke sort of begins to sort of approach through the door. Like,
I'll burn it somehow.
If we shut the door, it doesn't happen.
What are the doors made of?
wood.
Okay, cool. Mazzy, can't you generate some considerable amount of
got rid
water?
of that 'cause it's so
I am
useless.
quite content to leave that one burning.
Oh, right. Good thing, I guess, the rest of this place is made out of stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should just burn out.
Let's hope the mine's deep.
Would that get rid of the rot?
Guess
Spoilers.
you can come back and find out.
Let's go. Oh,
I guess.
actually, I was thinking. I swear some people are staying up here. The other guys.
So the guys, no, they are down from where you came from. They are
Yeah,
they're down outside.
Before we go down to the cabin, could we just go outside and just say, "Any of you lads mind sorting this mess?" And then just head down to the cabin.
Trisha sort of looks at them like, yeah, maybe any of you who are up for it, maybe just a bit of cleanup might not be bad. We don't really want to burn this place down.
Oh, we finally become egotistical superheroes.
And then one of them
shit.
just sort of looks like over the other, like, who the fuck made her our leader? What the? All right, fine. And you all continue off into the mine. Now, this mine definitely wasn't, by the way of sort of how it looks and things, this mine definitely wasn't here when this place was constructed. This definitely feels very sort of, dwarves love mining, so it does sort of make sense that it does make somewhat sense that eventually they would have just either, those people on watch for, days at a time would get bored or whatever and would just, start hacking away at the rock. But for whatever reason, you can definitely tell this mine has been dug somewhat extensively. It's not massive. You head down, and is anyone lighting a torch or anything? What's the sort of marching order heading down this
Probably want
Right,
to
left,
walk
right,
around
left.
by near the front.
Go on. What's near the front, sorry?
You probably want someone with dark sight near the front.
Yeah. So
I have 0 torches, so I'm very much
I can light a
someone that's
torch.
generous. Cheers, Matt. Put a little flame on your character.
yeah. So
Are there
what is
any cobwebs
the
down
what is
this
the
corridor?
marching order? There aren't. No, this corridor does seem somewhat clear. of
I'll kick
cobwebs.
things off and say
Well,
I'm
happy
going
to go
third.
first.
I
Go
will
third.
hang in the back with Artemis.
I'll go first.
Well, if I go second, then so we've got light in the middle and people who can see at the front and back.
Yeah,
So who's first? Oramis.
I will hang back with Artemisia under the pretense of covering the rear.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Trisha will stick with Mazzy. So Mazzy, where were you going? Are you?
I'll go second.
Oh,
so-
you dirty
You're
little
second,
dirty,
alright, so-
dirty boy.
So it's Oramis, Mazzy, Trisha, Gylndan, Doc, Artemis.
Trisha can come up front with me if she likes.
Sorry, Luke.
I said Trisha can come up front with me if she likes.
She's just fine where she is. To be fair, I'm behind her.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course,
yeah.
you of course, you bloody army. Yeah. So Oramis, Mazzy, Trisha, Gylndan, Artemisa, and Doc.
Can you tell Ben?
And mate,
Well, Ben,
Yeah.
posh lad.
He's a rugby lad, isn't he?
He thinks he's a lad, but he's not.
mate.
lads from
I'm
Wales.
always a lad. Let me just copy and paste something over to something a second.
Is this what you're sending to Luke about his what disease?
No, man.
Don't remind him.
So just getting the sort of order set up for.
Probably if you don't remind him.
Just getting something set up for the future
I
now.
don't
so
think
it's
Ben's
Oramis.
forgotten. I think that's coming back to bite
Oh, yeah.
someone hard.
Probably like you guys.
Mazzy.
Nah, it's going to come back to bite Oramis because we have to kill him. Quarantine.
I went away with some friends recently just for camping. So it was Tim, Ben, and there
Yeah.
were a couple of people there, Liam and stuff, and they were chatting about some D&D games that they've played, and they seem to have so many deaths in there. So I don't know if we're good or if you're generous or it's a little combination of both. Because they had so many deaths. Like one guy was in a tower when they were fighting a giant, and the giant just twatted the tower off the mountain. He was in it, so he just died.
Fucking hell. Yeah, there's definitely. I've heard a lot of different games being harsh and a lot of different games being a lot easier. Yeah, to be fair, you guys
I think
have
we've been
done
lucky as well.
You've been lucky. You've done extraordinarily well on things, and I've given you a lot of I've given you a lot of stuff to help you out, and I think it's probably only now or nearing now where I'm finally getting somewhat the hang of balancing and things like that. Like finally, sort of able to whip up an encounter and say, yeah, that'll probably be a challenge. Because I will admit, a lot of the sort of some of the previous ones I've done, especially like against the orcs stuff, were easier. Or on the easy
We've had
end.
a few close ones. Like the initial encounter with Daviak was nearly lethal because of that ogre.
Yeah, that's true.
2 of us went down fighting what's his face.
Big dragony boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Vinicius.
We had that moment where Luke nearly got chucked in the fire.
Yeah, Luke.
That dwarven mech was quite hard.
We lost
Yeah.
to the flames.
Doc nearly died to some devils.
Yeah.
Nearly died in the tower.
Nearly died in the tower.
Also, Gylndan nearly died. Gylndan nearly died to those devils as well.
Gylndan nearly died in the tower, to be fair.
What, when Oramis threw me off the roof?
Oh yeah, he nearly died twice. Once with dwarf and once with an
Oh, that slime thing. Yeah, that slime can go do one.
I'd just like to
Yeah,
say
that
that
was-
I actually saved Doc. Just like to remind everyone, I saved Doc with a vicious mockery,
You did.
which is
Yeah,
pretty.
he saved Gylndan by stopping him being
which I-
blown out the tower.
I think
don't
throughout
recall.
this year we've been doing this, we've all saved everybody at least twice.
Oh yeah, Oramis.
Oh, definitely. There has been a lot of back and forth on that front. Anyway, so
Describe the mine, Ben.
continuing on, so you are heading down this mine. It is a sort of very, very straight and at times very, very narrow. Obviously, like remember, Doc's pretty tall for a dwarf, so most of these sort of passageways and stuff are maybe at best like 6 feet tall, with a lot of sort of like wooden struts sort of going across. And every now and again, you do see a like a metal portcullis blocking off different sections of the mine for whatever reason. Not quite sure, but it isn't. It is sometimes sort of there for people to sort of find their way, for someone to a guard maybe, or someone. It's not uncommon for these to be there for either security reasons or helping people get out, or people finding their way, things like that. Sort of like small stop spots. And you do pass a couple of these, and it's when you pass one of these do you see a small sort of inlet where certainly someone has started mining but hasn't got too far. Maybe it's maybe like 5-6 feet of sort of mining in the small alcove. And with your dark vision, you can see these grey sort of fungal leaves growing from something. It seems to be from a skeleton. All these leaves and all these spores and all these all this foliage seems to be growing out of the rib cage and the sort of gut of a skeleton.
Is that the rot, Doc? Is that what it looks like?
Yes, he does know that.
Said that without moving his lips.
Yeah, don't touch that.
We don't want to hang around here, I don't think.
The skeleton in question looks, in his pose, almost like he's sort of sleeping. Like his hand is underneath his head, and it's all sort of growing out of his front. And behind him, a little ways behind him, covered by a rock, there is a small satchel. There you can sort of see the glint of it off the torch as you're sort of passing over. If anyone,
small satchel. Can I mage hand it, please?
You can indeed. Yeah, you sort of cast your mage hand. It goes over, quickly picks up this satchel, and as it does, the satchel just falls to pieces. Like it wasn't very particularly well made, but it is very, very old. And inside the satchel, sort of what falls out, like the hand keeps a lot of it together, a lot of the main components of it, and what's sort of inside it together. But like the underneath of it, the two side bits, and a lot of it sort of like falls off, as if like, you know, this thing hasn't been touched or moved or anything for a very, very long time. And what you see is an empty bottle of what looks like some sort of small like flask drops to the floor, nearly shatters but doesn't, and a small bit of paper and a very, very tiny bottle stained with a now dried black liquid, as well as a small quill.
Full of ink.
Was full of ink, probably. Now it's all dried up, and a sort of small bit of paper folded back.
Is this
sort of folded over.
how long ago was the this rot situation? Like initially, was it?
It was
like
about
decades ago, or hundreds of years ago?
Hundreds of years ago. Hundreds of years ago, like maybe 200 to 300 years ago.
Okay.
Why is that a GIF? Why does that exist? Yeah, can I unfold a bit of paper, please, Ben?
Yeah, of course.
Did you say there was another bottle in there, or was it just the dried up ink?
There was one empty one, which looked like a sort of drinking flask. It is empty, and the small one of ink.
This is a skeleton, yeah? Not a corpse, like a definite skeleton.
This is a definite skeleton, yeah.
It's been there for 100 years.
Yeah. So, you said you were going to unfold the letter. If you would like to, I can send this to Discord, or I can send it to the Facebook chat? Which one would be easier?
Stick it in the Discord.
Facebook.
It's text. It's
it's
just
easy enough,
text. It's not.
if it's easy enough for you to send to Discord
Oh, can you stick it in
then
the
we've got
Roll20
to
chat
try-
then if it's text?
or that as well.
I can't because the text is on my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, just
So it's
drop
either
it.
Discord or Facebook.
Discord.
Yeah, we'll drop it in one of them and I'll drop it in the chat.
Oh crap. There we go. And I'll read the text aloud for the lovely people to hear. The text reads in a very, very scratchy writing. I, Keplan Copperbrow, have killed my brother, Darren Copperbrow. It's something I have to get off my chest, and I want to explain myself before my heart is to be judged by the Forge Father. The rot had reached poor Darren's gut, and it was breaking my heart to see him get worse and worse every day, his skin turning a pale grey with every passing moment. Well, yesterday morning, we both had enough. Enough of the coughing and spluttering of our guts in this tower, and enough of this crap. We got in our best suits of armour and had it out. It was the best fight I've ever had. And I was sad to have to put my brother to the sword. I think it was worth it in the end. I headed down the mine after that. I wanted to let out some of my anger on the stone walls. I found it helps me think. In another life, I'd have been a miner. A damn good one too. Ironically, Darren's the reason I chose military service over mining. I wonder what it might have been. I couldn't stop thinking about my mum, what she'd been up to in the past weeks of us being stuck down here. As I dug away these walls, I started to think what could happen if maybe I just found a little something. A small gem. Nothing too rare, just enough to pay off Mum's herb garden. Or a new dress, maybe. I hope she'd be alright. Before I sign this off, I think I've come to a bit of an epiphany. Sipping at the last drops of bourbon in my backpack. Lots of people fret about death, the prospect of it, whether they'll end up in Celestia or the bowels of the hells. Personally, I don't care what happens after. All I'm hoping for when I go, whenever I do, is that my last deed was a good one, my last deed was a kind one, my last thought was a good one, my last drink was a strong one. Maybe those who read this will heed my words. Maybe they'll ignore them. Maybe they'll never be found. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and throw this crap in the fire for kindling. Who knows? All I know is I'm getting pretty tired. I got a weird feeling in my gut. I'm sure it's just the bourbon. I'll be fine by tomorrow.
Ooh,
Oh, quite sad.
it was not just the bourbon, my friend. It was.
We've just read something quite emotional. And almost like fucking idiot. That wasn't the bourbon. Oh well. Sorry, it ended for you that way, my man. That's
How long does the rot live on hard surfaces?
What do you mean? Like,
I was trying to make a coronavirus reference.
I see.
too soon, man.
You're funny, man.
Not very funny, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I think Glyndon will just look around at everyone and just say, let's do our business here and get out of here.
That's fair.
Mazzy, test your torch on that, see if it burns.
What happens?
The bit of paper.
No, I meant the body.
Oh, the body. So the skeleton, which now under the light of the torch, you do realise even the actual skeleton itself has gone this stone grey colour. It's really quite unsettling. And as you sort of get a bit better sight of it, you can see it's sort of full size now, and it is about dwarf size. You sort of near the torch to the thing, and it does fairly quickly set alight. These spores and things like that, they do fairly quickly set alight, and immediately this flame sort of shoots through it, seemingly like there's this sort of layer of almost like dust of this stuff over it, and it sort of shoots over it and then begins to sort of burn slowly over, almost like paper, just sort of pulling away at the sort of tails of this thing until eventually it does go sort of back into the skeleton and the fire somewhat dies a little bit.
Okay, well, we know we can at least clear some sections if we need to.
Anyone got fire spells? I mean, Gylndan's got your
I
fire.
think my boy Baltimore does, but I don't think he'll get here in time.
He's very far away.
He is very far.
He's very fire away.
Oh,
Hey.
my
Shut
lightning
up.
bolt on Mazzy, please. That choke was electric.
Oh. Can I just walk into the rot and just get it over and done with?
Just lie down, start licking
Yeah.
bones.
Oh my lord.
Can we head on?
Yes, you can. So you sort of, take this moment to look at yourselves. As Artemita sort of passes, she does look and sort of gives a faint bow towards the body, and then leaves. Whereas Trisha doesn't really care. She's just sort of more sort of preparing her mind for whatever the hell could be ahead.
She don't care about no one.
As you're heading on, you definitely see the cave opening up to be more natural. Instead of sort of jagged rocks at the side, it's now a more sort of smooth surface, as if whoever was mining down here had opened up into a little bit of a chasm. It is still a fairly narrow sort of corridor heading down, and eventually you do find this place. I've put you all sort of in order.
Oh, I don't like maps. It means you've thought about it.
JJ,
Yeah.
would you mind, or whoever actually, because you can all see his thing. Obviously, I'm doing Artemisa and Trisha, so would you mind doing for any potentially upcoming bits? Anyone can.
We're about to get into conflict. That's cool.
Just having a look at some stuff.
We'll keep an eye on Markle.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I've got his sheet open, so I've done his HP and stuff as the session's gone on.
Yeah, that's cool.
Passing spells, so.
Yeah. So as you're heading down, you see another one of these gates, and from people with dark vision, you can see it opens up into a large room where it does seem like people have been mining away at a lot of the area. The cavern goes up pretty high, like 50 feet up, you probably think. You're definitely deep within the mountain now. And there are sort of small sections where you can tell mines from this small sort of area have been started. There is this bit here is a portcullis, and there does seem to be these two circles here are the sort of activation bits where you'd sort of be pulling at the chain to open it and shut it from either end. It is open now, and you can walk through if anyone's going to be walking through.
Going through in our order.
Yeah.
I pick up
as
these gems.
You can, but if I can just get you to pull back, everyone just go back where they were.
Pull back.
Oramis will be through first, I'd like to say.
Oramis has walked through first,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of held actions go off.
Oh, yay! Haha, very good.
First of all,
Ben, can I do,
The first.
like these sort of like directions, they're like different tunnels off, aren't they?
there are different tunnels off that only go as far as it is on the map. They don't go any further than that.
They're like little stubs they've mined out with.
Yeah, just
veins
small
or
little,
whatever.
small little veins that they've had, and they've sort of began to mine out. This bit here, I will say, you guys might not be able. This bit here is
Up.
Yeah, it is up, and it is 10 feet tall.
Okay, so you can climb it if you want to.
Yeah, there's a ladder there and all that stuff. So, first held action that goes off. You have no idea where the fuck this guy's come from. He has not been there since you guys have been there. But suddenly, a small 3 to 4 foot figure appears, very, very dense, very, very big, and with this huge sort of pick, swings at this thing, releasing the chain, making the portcullis fall down in front. So there is now a portcullis just about here, blocking off the way.
Actually, good luck, mate.
Cheers.
Two,
Is it actually? Good luck, mate.
very suddenly, as you look ahead, 2 more of these figures appear, javelins in hand, and they begin to shout something in Dwarvish. Anyone who speaks Dwarvish immediately recognizes it as them just shouting, "They're here, throw." First roll, 5, 13, doesn't hit you. Second roll, exactly the same, doesn't hit you. These 2 javelins go sort of clanging into the metal behind you. Definitely sort of catches you off guard a little bit, but nothing too serious. And finally, you begin to see these 2 guys come in. Now these guys that you can see here, are about dwarf-sized. They wear sort of like chain shirts and patchworks of armor. Very interestingly, each of them have a large sort of metal glove on one of their hands. Each glove does seem to be unique in its sort of shape and size and stuff like that, which is a little bit weird. And they're all sort of wielding picks. They have sort of white beards and white hair for the few of them that do have hair, and they have this very dark grey skin. These guys, however, appear very, very suddenly, and as they look at you, you can see they are slightly more armoured. They do have almost like half plate. And where the plates are, you can see this almost glow, just on the edges, as if the plates themselves are being dipped into fire or heat. There's this sort of orange glow around the sort of tips and edges. And at the end of their beards as well, it does seem like there is this brief, there is this dim sort of glow of fire. In their eyes, you can see this glow as well as at the back of their throats. They are, they're a little creepy. And as they sort of appear, just sort of out of nowhere, there is a sort of this aura of sort of smoke that just seems to emanate from them in about sort of a couple of feet around them. It doesn't obscure them in any way, but you can tell that they are in and of themselves pretty warm. And as they appear, they don't say anything, they just begin to scream like really loudly, angrily. And you watch as these guys
in these confined spaces.
And you watch as these guys begin to grow. Now they're the same size as most dwarves, 3 to 4 feet, but then they begin to grow. 5, 6, 7, 8. And they grow to a staggering, you can probably guess, maybe like 12 feet tall.
Quality. Love that.
Why can't we do that?
And as they and as they sort of shout at you now, you can see this sort of heat building at the back of their throat. And that's their surprise round over. And we'll roll some initiative, folks.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm so ready. Not even worried.
That's a good initiative, right?
That is pretty good.
Hello,
Mazzy.
Oh, that's my
for a second.
There's my 5 earlier.
Trisha's done pretty well. Artemisa has done okay. Can you roll for Markul as well, please? There's so many of you.
Mahul?
Markul.
That's
The bastard. That's Markul's roll, so we've got Mazzy going up first.
To be honest, guys, if you just want to leave this to me, I've got it.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah.
No
Mazzy,
worries.
and
Am I right?
Sure.
Where did you get all these tokens from, Ben?
I will admit,
Have you-
I get pictures from the internet
Nice.
and then make them into tokens. I should be referencing artists, but I use so many of them, and they're from so many random places. I have no idea. So I apologise.
From the monster, I mean, not all of these are monster manual pictures, but a decent number of them can come from the monster manual. Like these, the Gradient dwarves I recognise as from the monster manual, but I don't.
Yeah.
But whatever the other thing is.
Forge guards. So Mazzy, you're up first. We can probably get a round or two.
I assume I
underway.
can fire through the portcullis.
You can fire through the
Is that
portcullis,
shut?
yeah.
I missed that.
It is shut.
Oh, this
Yeah, I know.
like
So we're going to have to lift that up.
This is like when Doc got stuck, but probably much worse.
I'm going to fire.
No, it's much better.
Well, it depends. You obviously don't like Oramis very much.
Yeah, you gotta.
This is just a mosh pit. We're just going to watch and just see what happens.
Oh, I said you got it. It's fine.
Look, I'm surprised you got time to race middle finger with all the things firing shit at you.
Yeah, so I am going to fire a lightning arrow at this guy.
A lightning arrow? Yeah, of course.
Give me
Never
done it before.
To have that teleport arrow, wouldn't it?
Do you mean
Yeah, but I'm
thunder
like-
arrow, or do you
I'm
mean?
actually
no,
going to get through this
lightning
four
arrow,
colours
that's
pretty
spell.
quickly, so I don't really want to waste it.
Roll the damage for lightning arrow. What's the save they're going to make? Lightning and lightning. I'm assuming one's meant to be lightning and one's meant to be thunder.
Yeah, probably. It's 4d8 is the arrow on him, and then any creature within 10 feet takes the 2d8.
Okay, cool. So he needs to make a.
Cushy.
Pretty good.
That
A
is not
question.
Yeah.
These are Matt. Are you shooting at these two?
Yeah.
Are they large creatures?
They are large. Yeah.
Oh,
So does Matt get?
No, 'cause they're
only
not
if they
attacking
attack
him.
me,
Okay.
I then get a free attack back.
So the one.
Can we work
so...
on a potential basis here? They will probably attack Matt, so can he either get his free
Yeah.
attack now, cash it in early?
So what's that? So the one that you're actually attacking takes
Is the one on the left, the
17
blue one.
damage. Is the one on
Yeah.
the left, the blue one? Yeah. So
Because
that's
I'm just don't want to make sure. I'll make sure I'm not firing the arrow over Oramis.
17, and the one on the right takes the full 13. They both failed their deck save. Yeah. So as you're sort of watching, Matt pulls back this arrow, and the arrow itself just sort of been good, and it fires, and it's not even an arrow anymore. It is just this sort of mote of lightning that blasts over, and as it hits, it sort of almost explodes, lighting up the entire cave for just this brief second, damaging the one on its at its side. Nice shot. Pretty good damage as well. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Cool. Durgar regulars. So this guy here is going to take a swing at you, Oramis. That's a natural 1. They're doing really well. This guy's going to move 5, 10, and throw another javelin at you. That's 19. I'm assuming that hits. I'm not going to bother adding the things.
Sorry, can I just say before I finish my go, I'm going to try and sort of get ready to lift the portcullis if we can with someone else that's ready to help.
Yeah. You can. I mean, you used your action, so I guess.
Yeah, so sort of getting ready. Like, I was not really going to do it. But
Yeah.
I'm prepared if someone else wants to try help.
2 plus 3. That's 5 damage from the green guy's javelin.
Okay.
And the blue guy will also be throwing a javelin. He also rolled a natural 1. These Durgar are really threatening, guys. Really, really threatening, I swear. So you watch as sort of the first guy swings wide, but then he accidentally catches his pickaxe on the sort of metal bars and things of the thing that he just like whacked. So he's like, ah! This one guy does throw a javelin and does sort of slash at you, and the other one, again, it just sort of clangs into the metal around you. So there's just this weird thing. There's more like clong, 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 clong of things just hitting the metal than anything else at this point. Oramis, it is your turn.
Okay, can I first of all use my concealed blade as a bonus action on this guy here?
Yeah, roll to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's normally so reliable.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you've gone to swipe at him, he's finally got his sort of pickaxe free and just completely blocks and sort of side swipes your attack, just nullifying it completely.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna. Right, question. I can't see anywhere on the spell description, but does Thunderwave work with the 10-foot pushback on large creatures?
What do you mean? Like it? So if it says
is the spell limited to only pushing back like medium and small creatures, or can because on a successful thing it pushes them 10 feet away?
On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away. They're pushed 10 feet away. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Apparently, no matter the size, which is kind of cool.
10. It's a 15-foot cube.
Yes.
So from here, would I be able to hit both of them?
You could hit both of them, yeah.
Okay.
You will get an attack of opportunity from the Durga.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to risk it.
That's a 21, assuming that hits.
Yep.
So that's 6 damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge, that's 3.
Did you ever use your bonus action to disengage there?
I could have, but I wanted to try and.
Oh, no, you've already used your bonus action. You concealed blade.
Concealed bladed.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll for.
So much you can do,
Thunderwave.
Luke.
I've only got level 1, haven't I?
Yes, unfortunately so.
That's a bit
What is it?
disappointing.
It's a con save. They get +3, so that's. The blue guy passes. Red guy fails. So blue guy passes and takes half damage. So that's that much. Red guy fails, takes the full Monty, and is pushed 5, 10.
Beautiful.
Actually, no. From you, that would make more sense if we went 5, 10. Is he not prone, or is he just pushed back 10 feet?
Just push back, I think.
Cool. Nice. I like it. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, with my move, the rest of my movement, I want to start climbing this ladder.
Okie dokie. So if you're here, so you moved 5, 10,
I think I can get
15,
5 foot
20,
up it.
25. Yeah, you can get about 5 foot up. You're about halfway up the ladder at the minute, yeah. Doc, it is your go.
Okay, well, 5, 10, 20. I can basically only get to there because Mazzy and Gylndan are in the way. But I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. I can target the blue guy, and I'm going to cast Banishment.
Gonna cast Banishment. Alright, I like it.
Which is a DC 16 Charisma save.
DC 16 Charisma save. He fails so bad. Wait, which guy? The blue big
blue
one
guy.
or the blue small one?
The blue big one.
Blue big one? He is out of here.
Alright, and I
Just very suddenly, he's gone.
Nice. That's a good spell.
Yeah. I've got to hold concentration on that for a minute, otherwise he comes back.
Okay. Don't lose your
I'll sit in the
focus.
back.
Your focus needs more focus.
Yeah, be prepared to see that hammer flying around as I stand in the back line. Well, there'll be quite a few sacred flames going out.
Who's got the pair of bracelets? Is it Mazzy and...
Huh?
The bracelets
question.
for making swap locations. I thought we gave it to
Oh.
Mazzy and Oramis.
I don't think it... Did I have it?
I think we gave one to
Nice.
Oramis, but I can't remember if I took one. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
write it down.
I don't know.
Because if I've got it, well, I'll do that on my turn. I don't think I've got it, but...
Is there a way of going back and checking?
I'm 95% sure it was you two because... I don't know why. I think just because we couldn't decide on who to give it to.
Yeah,
just thought we'd give
I
it
think
to you
you're
two.
right. I think you're right. I did take it.
I think you are right, yeah.
I think because we thought Mazzy would more likely be in the back with his bow, and Oramis would be in the front with his blades. And if Oramis got into trouble, they could swap, and Mazzy could come in sword swinging.
And then yeet myself out with my magic arrow.
Yeah, something like that.
So we
I
could
see.
do that. I could switch places with you, and then I can yeet myself out.
On your turn, of course you can. So on your turn, you would use a bonus action to place your hand on it. Aramis would use his reaction to also place his hand on it, and then
He's used his reaction.
he has.
Yeah, we both used our rounds this time, so when it comes back down-
Yeah. If you wanted to do that, of course. Obviously, not saying you have to at all. Doc, is that everything on your turn, or
Well, what was that for movement? 5, 10, 15, 20 feet, so I'll just... I'll just go back 10 feet and like make space in front of me. So
It's a little bit congested.
yeah, so that once that gate's open, the fighters can run through without me being in the way.
If anyone want to help? Oh, you can't, can you? You can't.
I've used it.
Got concentration. Yeah.
I can still do actions and stuff, but I've used my action this round to.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to come help me on the other side of the gate?
I can't.
Being a strong.
Because I've used my action, so I can't do anything.
Yeah. For our next rounds, because I've used my action. I'm waiting.
Yeah. Well, but then you would have to wait for me to get my next turn, so that I could assist you.
Okay, fine.
Whereas there's Markul and everyone like that still to go, so and Trish.
And I can assist them if they do it now.
Yeah. Artemisa. What were you going to say, Junior? Sorry.
Well, I can say Matt technically can't because he'd have to hold his action to take the help action, and he's already used his action. But Trisha and Markul could like assist.
Well, I mean, I said I mentioned that I'm waiting, sort of held action.
You used your action to use the lightning arrow.
Yeah. Okay,
so you're
right.
like
So the held action is sorry.
Yeah, waiting.
Yeah, it's I
guess
hold a bonus action, so you know and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I'll say, like, obviously, yeah, you are waiting, sort of making everyone sort of ready, aware that you want to pull this thing open, I guess.
Yeah, fine.
Artemisa, her go. She will move past Doc, sort of just go, oh, I hate to do this, and she pulls out her violin, and as a bonus action is going to give you a bit of inspiration, Oramis. So from the back, in this, really, really weirdly, in this very, very dark cave in the middle of nowhere, you can suddenly just hear this violin playing. And as you sort of look over to see what it is, through your dark vision, you can just see Artemisa, who just gives you a quick, like, quick wink while she's playing this violin.
Beautiful.
Is
it good playing?
It is very good playing.
In the handbook, does it say you have to be good at playing? It just that's what you tell me.
Yeah. It just says. It says you can inspire others through stirring words or music. To do so, use your bonus action. Blah 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 blah. Those stirring words can be absolutely anything. Music can be absolutely anything. It can just you be shouting, "Oi, do better." You can just shout, "Oi, do better," and suddenly they're doing better. But yes, you have a D8 to use whenever you would like to, for pretty much anything other than
except damage rolls, I think.
Yeah,
is the
basically.
way to describe it.
You can add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. Yeah, some rather nice violin music playing. So that's a bonus action, and as an action, she will use Vicious Mockery on this guy here. Just sort of not even saying anything, but just with her violin, you can just sort of hear these very, very like these sort of 3 or 4 sort of very, very high pitched tones as she's staring down this Durgar, and it will.
Almost like when you play it, it's like shing, shing, shing.
Yeah, literally, just this very, very sort of so he
Love it. I love it.
has failed. I need to roll 2d4. It's 4 psychic damage. Not great, but deeds must. Actually, is it 2d4 or is it? It's a cantrip, so it's 11th level. It's 3d4. Yeah, so it's 2d4. And he does seem like a little bit hurt. Like you can see him just like wincing from this, like banging his head with this metal sort of glove he's got on. Trisha will come over and is going to essentially use the help action to help anyone who tries to lift the thing. Cool. And Markul will run over and
What did they roll?
Well, I don't know. JJ, what does Markul do?
He's going to try and open the gate.
Oh, okay.
He's going to run up and try and, with Trisha's help, open the gate and like hold it open so everyone can.
Okie dokie.
So everyone can either get inside or Oramis can get out, depending on what people want to do. But he's going to hold it open.
Okay, so roll
We've
an athletics
got
check for
Got enough beans
Markul.
here, I think.
Yeah, you got a lot of people on your side. Yeah, so 18, you are very, very easily. This isn't like a very sort of big gate, and it's not very sort of rigid or anything like that. So he's able to very, very easily, especially with Trisha's help, almost like throw it up above him and then sort of catch it. And he's now just holding it. This like 6.5 foot dragonborn, just sort of holding like, go, everyone, go help your friend. No, I'll be all right. Just holding this thing up. I don't think he can do anything else. Hands are sort of free, and he's not going to use any movement. So now it's these big boys. 5.
Just one of them.
Well, yeah, one of them. 10, 15, 20. And as he gets close to you, Oramis. Oh, is he going to use the big thing, or is he not going to use it? He can see more of you there, so he's not going to use the big thing. He's just going to make a couple of attack rolls. That one misses. That one hits with a 19. So that is, with his sort of massive war pick, the first hit, slam. Unfortunately, like, you're able to sort of like jump almost, sort of while holding onto this ladder, and it just goes, like, cracks the ladder a little bit, still sort of keeping its hold. But then the next one slams into your back, and you're almost pushed into the thing. And from his pick, you can also feel this burning, as on the end of his pick as well is this sort of warm glow of flame. That is 8 plus 3 is 11 bludgeoning damage. Plus 3, or did I say it was? Yeah, 3 fire damage as well on that one. And I think he only has. Yeah, that's those 2. And now it's Gylndan. The gate is open. What would you like to do?
That's a good question. Go on, get in here. But not use the staff in a while. Just give that a little whirl.
Give it a whirl, Earl.
200 hit. Is there any light in here, or is it just completely dark?
It is completely dark in here.
Okay.
It's amazing that these guys can see what they can see.
Got their minor eyes.
Yes.
Alright, I'm ready for this to be terrible, but let's have some faith. Wabam!
Hits.
Even in
So
the
I'm gonna-
dark,
Nice.
the man can find his mark.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm assuming
push him.
someone's got a torch. I think Mazzy said he had a torch.
Yeah.
So, and you're
I'm
within
feeling
that
like I
sort of,
might chuck it into the middle of the room.
you're within that range, so I'll say yeah, you can you can see that. Are you gonna use a push?
Yeah.
Cool.
Two-handed. What's the point?
Two-handed. I've never seen a two-handed roll be better than a one-handed roll. I'm
No,
sorry, it's never happened.
No, it's not.
So that's 4 damage. He most certainly fails the strength check. And can you roll me? It's 10 feet. He's pushed back. So he goes 5. Can you roll me a d6 as he slams into the back of the wall?
Oh, that'll do.
Oh, well done.
6. That's 10 whole smackaroni damages. As he's so you've sort of seen, he's attacked Oramis. You sort of run through, sort of under sort of Markul's arm, just prepare the sort of bat swing, and it sort of hits him straight in the gut. And you can see sort of boom, slam before he can even like prepare to defend against you. Just boom, and he really doesn't expect to be like pushed back. That's a real surprise to him. And you can just see all this dust sort of blast out, smashes into the rock, and then just a bunch of rocks sort of like crumble from above. Just fall over his, his shoulders and his sort of head as he hits the rock, and sort of, 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 s is looking not great.
Then I'll move up 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll go here. Here, yeah. Help my
There.
boy Oramis out.
Cheers, my dude.
Sweet. That is the end of the round, and I'm aware it's 10:30. I'm happy to keep going for one more round, but I understand if people want to go.
I wouldn't mind, but it's probably a very long round.
Yeah. It was, I think that was about 20 minutes to do that first round.
Yeah. So
We need to
That is true.
taking our turns in combat.
Yeah, maybe.
We are very
well, we are, and then sometimes it's like I'll think of something, and then when it actually comes around to me, it's like, well, everything's different now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is a sort of big problem. You do have to sort of be paying attention to how everything's sort of evolving, which is a little bit weird with D&D, but I guess that's sort of how it is in an actual fight. I guess you don't really know. I mean, obviously fights aren't turn-based, but you know.
Ben, just shift Mark cool so he's like holding up the gate as well for the combat.
Oh yeah. Oh, can you not? I apologise for that. I will.
We're doing Thursday next week, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we okay to make it permanently Thursdays, or we want to go back to Wednesdays after next week?
I mean, I haven't run with badminton club yet, but I would like it to be Thursdays if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd prefer that as well.
Cool.
Yeah. Might have to sort of re-look at it if anything happens with this job, because I don't know when I'll be needed to go into London or not.
Yeah.
Well, we're quite good at being flexible with it, I think. So.
Yeah, and besides, get to that problem if or when we get to it.
Yeah.
Don't know whether I've got it yet, so it's pointless worrying about it.
Yeah.
So in that case, thank you very, very much for
It's all right. Cheers, Ben.
coming this week. I hope you've all enjoyed. Any critiques, comments, or anything, let me know.
Less icky creatures.
Yeah.
The DM was a
And
bit
next
late.
week.
That was incredible.
DM was a little bit late, just a tad late. If I hadn't have been late, we could have squeezed in another round, I think. But I apologise.
Right.
Life is
Life kicks your ass sometimes.
life is extremely hectic right now.
Yeah.
Very strange right now. I've gone from here to Portsmouth to Bournemouth to Wales and everything going on. So, yeah. But I will see you guys next week, where